over the weekend, we had this little bit of a dip in crypto. I actually used it in my crypto service to pick up a couple altcoins that were into technical support. But then the beauty of it is on Monday, we shot right back up and we're hovering right here. Now, if you're looking at price action, it basically is back to where it was most of last week. I mean, literally, except for this little dip and pop, we're back to where we were trading 5 or 6 days ago.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's talk about Bitcoin and more.
Having said that, is Bitcoin in a weak performance statute? We talked about probability just before this, right? So are we looking at a weak probability, meaning downside probability or upside? And the answer is as long as we stay below this pivot line, the factors, again, favor downside to support number one, which is just around that 53,000-ish level. All right, so again, the pivot line remains unbelievably important for me in terms of confirming above it or staying below it. If we again stay below it, price action favors downside. If we can get above it, then all of a sudden the metrics change and probability heavily starts to favor a move to the upside of 69,000. Okay, so again, no movement today, but a little whipsaw on Sunday down and then Monday right back up. And remember, Monday was a holiday here in the U.S., so the volume was in general lighter on the cryptocurrency markets. Now, NVIDIA is weaker today. In all fairness, it's not, it's just pulling back from the craziness what we saw last week. But the stock, again, closing on Friday, looks like it closed around 119 and change. Looks like it's down almost $3 here pre-market. Nothing to do here. I still believe that NVIDIA, its best days are behind it. I don't mean technology-wise. I mean stock performance-wise, right? And so there is a difference. AI is here to stay, and they're going to continue to make more and more innovations. Let's be fair. Cisco Systems had that incredible move in 99-2000 because of the dot-com bubble and all the excitement around the networking of the internet. And they've still made amazing advancements in technology since 2000, right? But the stock has never gone back to those previous highs. Part of that was margins, right? Margins, there were too many competitors getting into the race, building out the networking of the internet, and ultimately things went the way they did, and the stock, again, has languished. My fear is that NVIDIA is now in that same situation. It's in the very early stages, but it's still in that same situation. One thing we can see very clearly here is that you have this area right through here, here, and right here, and then this rejected price. And again, we are trading down a little bit pre-market. My guess is we're headed down to $100 again, based on this longer-term trend line. It's a classic one right here, and we can see right there that, again, is a good level. So right now, target downside would be around 100 for major support. If it ever breaks this trend line, that's where things really get messy. All right, that's where we could start talking about moving down towards the $70, $75 range. But right now, 100 would be the buy level unless it confirms below. Then you exit the trade immediately and wait for that next technical support level to hit.
Arthur Hayes, co-founder of BitMEX, has shared his insights on why Federal Reserve rate cuts may not be helping Bitcoin prices. Hayes points to the shift of money into higher-yielding reverse repurchase agreements, or RPs, rather than riskier assets such as Bitcoin, as a key reason for the cryptocurrency's recent struggles. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has raised concerns over FTX's plan to pay back claims using its crypto asset securities. The SEC's senior trial counsel, the Rishour, has reserved the right to challenge these transactions under federal securities laws.
Let's go to oil here. Now, this is interesting, guys. I told you last week that I shorted oil. I shorted it based on the methodology that I teach that told me, hey, listen, on this bounce right here, this is your shortable opportunity. All right, look at oil today. It is getting crushed. And this is even with more tension starting to develop in the Middle East. And it just shows you, I think, there were more ships attacked in the Middle East that were carrying oil, stuff like that going on. And oil is still cratering. To me, what is this telling me? It's telling me that the U.S., that smart money, The big oil traders know that the U.S. economy is slowing, even though the U.S. investor has not come to that realization, basically because the Fed's not telling us that, right? The Fed's saying, hey, we're going to start to cut a lot, but don't worry, everything will be a soft landing. It's like, well, why do you have to cut so much? Think about it, right? Draw the conclusions, connect the dots. All right, in any case, oil breaking lower here, guys, just to show you the methodology behind why I shorted this trade with my commodity members. Pretty crystal clear. We have this bigger bearish pattern right here on the charts, right? So if we go back here, this was a down move, sideways consolidation, almost a head and shoulders. And then really what we have is we have 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits. And then what we know is once you get to 5 hits, probabilities start favoring a downside move pretty heavily, and that's what we're starting to see today. So that breakdown is in play. So nice to see that, as I am in the money pretty nicely on that oil short. Going to gold real quick. Let's punch in gold and see what gold's up to today. Gold is coming in a little bit, although certainly not a whole lot at this point in time. So again, just a little bit of a pullback on gold. One of the things, now gold has been holding up. There's been a lot of new bulls jumping on board. I've been a big proponent in these game plans of saying there's a negative divergence developing on the RSI. So don't be surprised if they want to shake out. That negative divergence probably means they want to shake out the weak hands in gold before it goes higher. And to be honest, I think we're probably headed back down here, maybe even here. But in the very least, this level, just a simple retrace to this level could shake out a few of those, weak-handed bulls. And again, it comes down to that. Markets always want to shake out the most people possible on both sides, right? So they want to shake out the bulls. They want to shake out the bears. Only the strong survive, essentially, the ones that have the high conviction, or basically the ones that haven't over-leveraged, right? Let's be fair. Over-leveraging does create emotional responses that are much, much higher than if you don't over-leverage. Looking at silver real quick, silver continues to come in here. Look at this rollover in silver. Silver looks to me like it wants to come right back here, maybe here. These are my 2 levels to watch. But again, great rollover on silver. And remember, silver is more of an industrial metal, so it's underperforming gold here, which makes sense. If oil's dropping, chances are silver's under a little bit of pressure as well, while gold, it's coming in a little bit, but it's able to hold up better across the board.
Bitcoin faced a challenging August, with its price tipping by 8.6%. Data shows that although 84 previously inactive Bitcoin wallets became active last month, the total amount of vintage BTC spent was lower in August than in July. Specifically, dormant wallets spent around 2,291 BTC from addresses that hadn't been touched between 2011 and 2017. Bitcoin has been trading in a downtrend between $74,000 and $52,000 for the past 7 months, leaving investors uncertain about the next direction. Analysts point to upcoming U.S. political events, macroeconomic data, and potential Fed rate cuts as key factors that could drive Bitcoin's price action in the coming weeks. In a groundbreaking case, Scottish prosecutors seized and converted 23.5 Bitcoin into cash following a 2020 home invasion, where 3 men used a machete and a Toblerone bar to rob a man of his Bitcoin. This marks the first time in Scotland that stolen cryptocurrency was traced and recovered. Vladislav Antonov, a financial analyst at Petrevor, one of Russia's largest mining data center operators, believes that post-airdrop interest in hamster combat, the popular tap-to-earn game, will grow quickly. However, if the game fails to evolve from its current clicker state, this interest might wane, and users may migrate to other similar projects. As Bitcoin prices slipped under $60,000 in early September, the once electric excitement around Bitcoin seems to have dimmed, as reflected in Google Trends data. Back on January 1, 2024, the search term Bitcoin was coasting along with a score of 57 out of 100, but fast forward to now, and it's plunged to 32. When you zoom out and look at the long-term data over the past 5 years, it's clear that interest in Bitcoin through web searches has hit a bit of a lull. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.